say it with me. They call me Mr. TALIAFERRO. How's everybody doing out there? Wow, this is going to be quite the interesting video. I'm pretty sure I'm going to piss some people off, but it is what it is. Wow. I guess I should promote myself real quick before you turn this video off. I hope you don't turn it off, but it's going to happen for some people. So, I am doing a Christmas giveaway. We're going to be giving back to just people that are supporting my platform. I do this every year. As my platform grows, I'm able to give back more. Today, it's been a decent year for me, so I'm going to give back as much as I can in the month of December. If you want to win some free stuff, please follow me on YouTube at itsmrtaliaferro for more details on the Santa FERRO giveaway. Now let's get into the video. So, Lakeith Stanfield, I want to make sure I get his name right. Lakeith Stanfield's a very popular actor right now. Gets a lot of roles, by the way. He's got a couple of films upcoming. He's in Atlanta. He was most notably known for his role in Get Out. Lakeith Stanfield, you've probably seen him in something. I've seen him in a couple of flicks that I don't even know the name of, but I've seen him doing his thing in the movie. Lakeith Stanfield made some very interesting comments about black media outlets that I want to read to you. Then we'll come back and we'll talk about them, all right? Lakeith Stanfield said the Shade Room, Lipstick Alley, I'm not too familiar with Lipstick Alley, but The Breakfast Club, World Star, and many other outlets are anti-black. It is a fact that a lot of these platforms are usually or tend to be feeding grounds for negative reinforcements toward black nonconformists. They bolster Fox vanity and hold a white supremacist scope over black men and women over highlighting negative attributes and downplaying mind-expanding ones. They serve as bottomless crowd consumption pits and digital, audio, or otherwise slave mentality museums at all you want. So again, make a long story short, Lakeith Stanfield believes media outlets such as World Star, The Breakfast Club, and The Shade Room, they do no good for our society. I want to remove I don't know much about Lipstick Alley. I want to remove World Star from the mix because ever since Q died, every time I go on World Star's Instagram or their YouTube or their website, I only see big butts now. I don't know what's been like the transition with them, but they kind of made it so that most of their content is like fat asses. So I want to take World Star out because I can't vouch for them right now. I did an event with World Star about a year ago. I met their new head guy over there. No disrespect, but I can't vouch for the content that they put out. Let's focus on The Breakfast Club and Shade Room media outlets though, as we get into this video. So Charlemagne of The Breakfast Club, he gave Lakeith Stanfield Donkey of the Day for those comments that he made. And he played a plethora of clips. I'll put the link to the Donkey of the Day from The Breakfast Club in the comment box below so you can kind of see it yourself. And Charlemagne called Lakeith out for being essentially a household nigga. All right, pretty much. Lakeith is going out of his way to take down black outlets. But it's almost like he's supporting white outlets because he does do a lot of white outlets, the Jimmy Fallons of the world. And he's in his professional suit and tie when he's doing their interview. And when he goes to The Breakfast Club or other outlets that are black people hosting them, he talks like this and he's slow and sluggish and he don't want to be there. And his answers are dull to every question. He's playing a role. So, okay, before I get into this, we're 4 minutes in. Be clear, I have my own biases, and y'all know I don't do the bias often on my platform, but let's be clear, I am media. All right, I have a YouTube, I have a YouTube channel that has a nice following. Let's call a spade a spade. I've grew my platform. A lot of those stories have been positive about the culture. A lot of those stories have been negative about the culture. We talked about music. We talked about things about artists that didn't have anything to do with music, right? Let's just call a spade a spade. I don't mind calling me out on my bullshit, whatever. I'm fine with it. I'll take anything that comes with the platform that I've created. I try to put the medicine in the bottle, though. I do try to give you positive stories inside of what's going to get you to the video. I know what sells. I know what does views. People love negativity. People love seeing Other people do bad in their life, so you got to find ways to hide the positive in stories, to talk about an artist's album sales. You got to find ways to kind of like put it inside of the stories, what they're doing in their community. You got to be able to say Kanye West says 400 years of slaves is a choice, but then you also got to be able in the video to say Kanye West gave away a lot of money last year, right? You just got to find ways to put the positive with their negative. You got to be able to say Young Dolph gets arrested in Atlanta, Georgia, caught with weed. But in the midst of the video, you let the people know Young Dolph has a new project out with Key Glock and he's about to go on tour. That's how I do it, at least. Get the people to the video and then you go on. Now, I know we're nowhere near have a platform as powerful as the Shade Room or the Breakfast Club, but I'm going to take up for them in this regard. You can talk about the Shade Room, you can talk about the Breakfast Club, and let me just set off the disclaimer. I don't agree with everything that the Shade Room posts. I don't agree with every comment made in the Breakfast Club from Charlamagne, Envy, or Yee, or anyone else associated with either of these platforms. I don't. But to look at these platforms as all negative, I think is such a vague and uneducated opinion. Shade Room, as many stories they talk about relationships and all that. I mean, the name of it is the Shade Room. I do see them do positive things. And I have a lot of friends, and I know people all around that the only way they would get their positive news is through the Shade Room. Not just the negative news. The only way they would know about this meeting tonight, or this Senate meeting, or this, that, and the third, the president meeting tonight, or whatever it is, right? Whatever's going on, Donald Trump speaking, or the only way they would know about this murder in the community, which we need to be on alert, or sex trafficking going on in the state. The only way they would know about these things is through the Shade Room. So as much harm as you think they do to the community, I do see them do good. I see them post business men, and they got the eye of the culture right now. I just saw Chameleon there at E40 promoting their business, their social media business the other day. And the Shade Room, you can pay to be on their platform. They got the eyes. They got over 10, 12 million followers. That's a powerful platform that has the eyes of the people. Again, I call it putting the medicine in the bottle. Do I agree with everything the Shade Room posts? Absolutely not. I can't stand by everything they post. They probably can't stand by anything that I post, right? Or everything I post. It is what it is. The Breakfast Club. Look, man, I get it. Charlamagne and company, they've been up for like a decade now, and now people starting to turn on them. And there are people out there that look at the Breakfast Club as not doing enough for the community. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. I see the Breakfast Club. Yeah, they got the interview with 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Jay-Z, whatever. But I see a lot of interviews with up-and-coming businessmen and women in our community. Black people starting their own businesses from the ground up. A lot of times y'all don't know about these interviews, or people, I'm not going to say that everybody, people don't know about these interviews because all they do is click on the Birdman interviews, the 21 Savage interviews, which I'm fine with. But a lot of times you don't know about the positive things that some of these outlets do, because if you see that on your screen with the Shade Room doing a positive image or a positive message, or the motivation message of the day, you scroll right past that. That don't spark your eye. But as soon as Nicki and Cardi fighting, you gotta tune in to that one. And then you speak like all the Shade Room does is post negativity. You see the Breakfast Club, they interview presidential candidates, black candidates, whatever. They interview from Andrew Yang to Andrew Gillum to Kamala Harris. Some of these powerful people in our community that are trying to speak for us. They'll do those interviews. You don't watch it, and then you go watch the 21 Savage Black Youngster interview, and you never see the positive that they do because you're only tuned in into the. And I'm not saying that those artists are negative, but I'm saying they're hip hop, they rap. Like, you only see when it's something that you like. I don't understand why Lakeith is even thinking he the guy to speak out on these type of things anyway. Lakeith, fam, you're known for being a coon and Get Out. Have you forgot your legacy? I've watched like 3 or 4 movies with Lakeith in it where he literally plays the role of the dumb black guy. Fam, do I need to say this again? Your biggest role to date is being a coon and Get Out. Your biggest line is telling a black man, get out of this house. I've been here for quite some time being a coon and a slave. You had to pick that role. You were offered that role and you picked it. Never forget that. I know it's just acting, but now for you to get on your high horse and start looking down on black outlets, how dare you? You go on all these black outlets, talking like this, acting like the typical black stoner guy. That is who you are, by the way. You're the black stoner guy with the black outlets, and you go on Jimmy Fallon's show, you suited and booted. What the hell? Man, you got on a sharp-ass nice suit. Again, with the Breakfast Club, look at what I got on. I don't want to be here. Yeah, dude, this is a dude. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. You go on Jimmy Fallon. Hello, well, I think I am Billy Godboy. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is up with you dudes? You ain't the guy to speak out against media outlets, fam. You can't be the guy. I'm not saying there's not a person out there that can't criticize, critique the Breakfast Club, the Shade Room, all the way on down to Mr. Taliaferro. I'm fine with it. I don't think it should be the hipster stoner black guy that takes more pride in being on white outlets than he does black outlets. What? And then I'll go into the Breakfast Club comment section on Dunk of the Day. They killing the Breakfast Club right now. Like, you don't see anything positive that outlet does for the people. Nothing. Bare minimum. At least we got Charlemagne, who has called out people of the culture and other cultures for the past 8 to 10 years. Bare minimum, you can at least appreciate some of the integrity that Charlemagne has given us. Not saying all the time, but in a lot of these interviews. Like, we just called out Charlemagne last weekend for a very bad Jason Mitchell interview and a very bad Amanda Seales interview. Go check my videos out. I called him out last week. But be clear, over the years, who has kept it more honest in our community in interviews than Charlemagne? What, you think is your local radio personality in Dallas, Atlanta? You want to know why people don't go there? And there are some great personalities in the Dallas, Atlanta area, but overall, you want to know why Charlemagne has been able to catapult the Breakfast Club to #1? Because people tune in. Want to know why people tune in? Because they have the eye of the culture. People want to see, I wonder what Charlemagne gonna ask him. I wonder they gonna talk about this with that person, that with that person. That's how you get the eye of the people. That's what the Breakfast Club has done so eloquently well. So if you're gonna call out the Breakfast Club, you don't like no radio station, no media outlet. You don't rock with black media at all. So you're telling me black media ain't doing nothing good for the people? You don't gotta be on board with everything around black media. You don't think black media does anything right in 2019? Nothing? I mean, even bringing other media outlets on to promote their businesses, to promote their outlets, to try to empower them. You saying they don't do nothing right? Am I happy about everything some of these outlets do? No. But to say that they're not doing nothing for the people, Say Cheese TV. I like Say Cheese Instagram account. What up, Sean Cotton? I like what they do. They giving artists a platform. Where else could these artists go get 100,000 views? And they don't even got 100,000 views on their music yet. Where else can they go get 100,000 views at? On one post. Where else can they go to get that? You got, man, we got problems, man. I just don't think Lakeith is the guy. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. Please let me know your comments on this one in the comment box below. Long video here, I apologize. But I had some things to get out of my chest, man. No, I don't think any outlet is perfect. My outlet is far from perfect. Be clear about that. I'm still up and coming. I'm young, 25. But to call out all media outlets, you never say nothing about white outlets. Boy, you motherfuckers like white ice cold. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture. I got the kids. They tuned in.
We locked in right now,
Mr. Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV.